What's good, man? Trippie Redd. You know how I'm rocking, man. Trippie hippie never lose, hey. Never phone on snooze, hey. Came through like, woo. Hit that pole like, woo. Had it learn like shit.
Michael White grew up in the somewhat small town of Canton, Ohio, which is notorious for having the highest crime rates in the state. Living off of 1400 Street would get him involved with the Bloods at an early age. This put him in a weird position though, because his older brother would rep 800 Street, or 8 Ball, causing people to question which one he would rep. He grew up in a pretty musical family. His father wasn't really in the picture, but his mother would play all genres of music around him, and his brother was aspiring to be a rapper by the name of Dirty Red. In turn, Michael would spend his time listening to people like Lil Wayne, Nirvana, and Kiss. He recorded his first ever song in middle school. He knew after that first song he wanted to be an artist. I say artist because his music never really fit under one genre.
To create my own style, I combined 3 or 4 different styles and put them together.
Initially going by the name Trippie Hippie because of how much he smoked, but later changing it to Trippie Redd. The Red came from his association with the Bloods, and also inspiration from his favorite porn star, Afro Red. In 2014, his older brother Dirty Red would unexpectedly pass away from a car crash.
R.I.P. to my brother, he died.
Making music in his basement all through high school helped him cope with this. He wanted to live out his dream, but also fulfill his brother's dream as well. It's what he would have wanted for Michael. Even though he was a 4.0 student and even skipped grades, he would find himself up to no good after school and dealt with a lot of anxiety and depression. He described himself having 2 personalities, one being the fun, outgoing one, and one being the overthinker with anxiety. His music was the only thing helping that anxiety, as well as his 1400 angel, who he has publicly stated watches over him. This has always played a major role in the way he lives his life.
There's an angel behind this machine.
After high school, he knew he wanted to do music still, and he always knew he wasn't going to go to college, so he didn't. This didn't stop him from trying to work a 9 to 5 though. In fact, he would get a job at Little Caesars for less than a week before he actually quit. Nobody has ever really made it out of where he's from, and he didn't want to get stuck there like everyone else. This led him to the decision to leave and move to Atlanta, Georgia, where music was dominating. With his social media starting to gain a few thousand followers, it wouldn't be hard for Trippie to make friends in Atlanta. This is how he convinced himself to go there. One day a fan would tag Trippie under Lil Wop's photo. Lil Wop was an underground artist in the Atlanta scene. The fan would tag Trippie saying they should make music. Shortly after, him and Wop would become friends, and because of this, frequent collaborators, along with other close friends like Cody Shane. Wop hooked Trippie up with the studio, and no matter where he went, he never paid for studio time. He either had a connection, or the engineers just fucked with his music and his energy. He began working on his first official project, Awakening My Inner Beast. This is around the time he would meet P, a producer who played a crucial part in his early career. That producer was Pierre Bourne, and they would meet at Epic Records Studio in Atlanta, where Pierre would sneak artists like Young Nudie and Trippie in the studio, late nights. This was long before either one of them had any type of clout. Over the next few months, Pierre would engineer Trippie's studio sessions. Shortly after dropping his first project, he would drop another EP, titled Beast Mode, entirely produced by young Pierre Bourne. Their standout song, Q's and P's, would be one of the earliest signs of Trippie's success, gaining a large amount of plays on SoundCloud. Pierre and Trippie became close. There was no denying they created their own sound. He was really starting to make a name for himself in the underground SoundCloud world, putting out back-to-back-to-back EPs in 2016. At this point, he knew he was onto something, and he decided to get his first face tattoo. It was a Love Scars tattoo. At the time, he didn't know this would be the name of his breakthrough single. In November 2016, Love Scars would drop on SoundCloud, but it wouldn't go viral just yet. Initially, it wasn't all good reviews either. He would receive a lot of hateful comments claiming he was trying to sound like other artists such as Lil Uzi Vert. But people just needed to warm up to him a little. He would clear this up in almost all his interviews, where he stated he's not trying to sound or look like anyone. He simply goes to the studio and does his own thing. This would cause more tension in early 2017 though, when Lil Uzi would drop a song titled Love Scars as well. Trippie immediately took to social media to call him out for stealing his swag. Unintentionally, when this beef hit the rap news pages, it would bring Trippie Redd's name in front of a lot of new people, actually causing him to gain more followers. Climbing rapidly in popularity, he would start to collab with other rising SoundCloud stars like Warhols, Famous Dex, Uno the Activist, and even the New York rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine would DM Trippie on Instagram asking to work. At first, Trippie was hesitant because he was friends with the rap duo Zillakami, who had beef with 6ix9ine, but he told them both to chill out and they would actually all work together. Once again feeling the need to relocate to further his career, he decided to move to Los Angeles. Tekashi later flew out to LA to work with Trippie on their song Poles, which was once again produced by Pierreborn. They recorded the song and even shot a music video while together in LA. The song would be a success for both of them in the underground sense, but shortly after the two would have issues of their own. Trippie didn't want to work with Tekashi after allegations came out about him and an underage girl, as well as issues with former producer Pierreborn, who was upset that Trippie had given one of his beats without permission to 6ix9ine for his song Gummo, which skyrocketed his career.
Let's let each other talk.
You was asking for my number. What's up?
Do not. Yo, don't talk
about, bro.
While all this is going on, the popularity of their collabs would gain even more attention, and once again, further their names into the mainstream. With Trippie's name all over the media for various reasons, he knew it was time to drop another project. This time it would be life-changing. In May 2017, he dropped his first part of his series, A Love Letter to You, featuring two of his breakthrough songs, Love Scars and Poles. This time releasing a music video with the song Love Scars. With its previous hype from SoundCloud and now re-released with the music video, this would officially break him out of the underground. Everyone wanted to know more about the rising star, getting interviews and mass social media followers, even almost getting signed to Young Money after Little Twist heard his music. One day Trippie would upload a snap story to his Instagram listening to the song F'd Up by fellow SoundCloud star XXXTentacion and Ski Mask the Slump God, tagging them in his post.
And he hit me back. He was like, I love your shit, bro.
This would be a pivotal moment in his career, but he didn't know it at the time. X, much like Trippie, was on his way to becoming a superstar with his song Look at Me and others going viral. X ended up doing a remix to Trippie's song Ooh-Ee, titling it Uh-Oh Thoughts, being the first time we heard a song with them together. But it wouldn't take long for them to do an original song. Trippie would have a show in Florida coming up and decided to invite X out to perform with them. They started to get really close online, talking almost every day until they met at the show. When they met, they instantly clicked, and Trippie even decided to move in with X for a few months. One night they went to Lil Wayne's studio to record, and the engineer pulled up a beat by Nick Mira and Taz Taylor, who were unknown at the time. Trippie really liked it, but X wasn't feeling it too much though. He ended up recording to it and posted a clip of it to his Instagram a few days later. Funnily enough, X instantly replied after hearing what Trippie did to the beat and told him, I want that song. I want it on my album. Trippie would be the one and only feature on X's album, 17. When talking of their relationship, this really speaks for itself. The fact that Trippie would be X's only feature on the entirety of the album said a lot about how close they were, but also about how much X believed in Trippie. This song would hold the record for #1 plays on SoundCloud, declaring them both the SoundCloud kings of all time, really marking history for all SoundCloud rappers. Following the massive success of their song, Trippie would be extremely busy the rest of 2017. Having the world's attention is one thing, but keeping it is another. He would drop his highly anticipated A Love Letter to You Part 2, as well as massive features like TR-666 with Sway Lee, and later Dark Knight Dummo with the hugely successful Travis Scott. With everything he could have hoped for unfolding right in front of him, he would still find it hard to stay out of trouble, going to jail twice in early 2018. First after assaulting someone who came to his home trying to start trouble with him, and again shortly after when him and longtime friend Lil Wop would get into a feud with another rapper who pulled a gun on Trippie in Atlanta. In an attempt to defend themselves, they would jump the man in his home where they would be booked once again. While this was going on, his relationship with X was unfortunately on and off. After rumors spread that Trippie may have been working with Drake on a new song called God's Plan, X became upset because him and Drake had their own issues, and he was disappointed to see Trippie work with him. X felt like Trippie should have been on his side after everything they had been through. They eventually would make up, of course, as brothers should, and talk out their issues.
Amazing artist that I made this song with, bro. And I know that this motherfucker probably hates me for whatever reason he has, but I don't care. I'm taking this as a chance to say, bro, I love you and I love the world, bro.
On June 18, 2018, Trippie would be released from jail after being held for his assault case. It was also his birthday. As he's leaving jail, he would find out about the passing of his friend, XXXTentacion. This obviously affected him in a lot of ways. It's never easy to lose a brother. Shortly after X passing, Trippie would gain an additional million-plus followers on his social networks. He said he felt like that was X's way of telling him, "You've seen what I've done, now you go do it too." In the years to come, Trippie would remain consistent, showing everyone he wasn't just a part of the SoundCloud mecca of 2016-2017. where many artists came and went. In 2018, he was a part of the XXL freshman list, but for controversial reasons didn't participate in the freestyle. He continues to drop his series A Love Letter to You to this day and hasn't stopped evolving, working with a wide variety of artists outside his own sound. Despite what people may think about the so-called Soundcloud rap, Trippie Redd will go down as one of the people who proved all odds wrong, and he inspired so many other artists to chase their dreams as well. It wasn't easy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this content, consider